Yes, guys, hello. Welcome back to the SpursRelated YouTube channel and audio podcast. I hope you're all doing very well after that fantastic FA Cup win against Brighton just now. Absolutely buzzing. What a game. It was an entertaining game from start to finish. There was goals, there was yellow cards, there was great battles in midfield, on the wings. Brilliant FA Cup tie. Andre, how are you doing, my man?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm so happy that Kane is finally coming back to form. Like he's been coming back to form, but now it's like every game you expect him to score now. We're finally getting there.
Absolutely. The guy was on fire tonight. Could have got a hat-trick. And, yeah, exactly that. Let's start off with Harry Kane. Two fantastic, fantastic goals. That first goal, picked right out of the top drawer to the top right-hand corner. Talk us through that goal, Andre.
Well, obviously, when he gets that opportunity from the edge of the box, you just expect him to rocket that in there. And the fact that the Brighton player gave him that space, even turned away as he shot it, I'm like, you can't do that. It's Kane. If you look away, it's going in.
Absolutely. Absolutely spot on. And I don't think many keepers were saving that. It was absolute top drawer and right into that right-hand side, top right-hand side. And then the second goal from Kane. Oh my goodness, that run from Son. All I was seeing in my head was that goal 2020 December where he just ran through the Burnley defence and just slotted home against Burnley. And he nearly did the same. Got tackled right at the end by, I think it was Webster or Dunk. And yeah, absolutely. Just Kane just at that back post, ready to just one of the easiest goals he'll score, but he's just right place, right time. But all credit goes to Son on this one. An absolute amazing solo run from the halfway line.
100%. And definitely you got to give Kane credit for being there at the right place at the right time. Sometimes positioning is so important in these games, because you get those opportunities, you think Son's going to score it, and then it just starts slowly rolling in there. If Kane wasn't there, that wouldn't have gone in. Some players, they don't have that sort of just instinct to be there ready in case something like that happens.
Exactly, yeah. Right place, right time. An absolute goal poacher, an absolute, experienced player now that knows exactly where the ball's going to go. And he was just ready for that. He was absolutely ready to mop up the pieces. Should it have gone across goal or taken a deflection? And that's exactly what it did. It found itself to the back post, and Mr. Harry, absolute baller Kane, right at our back stick. Absolutely fantastic. And then obviously that was the third goal. The second goal, wow, what an interesting goal that was. I mean, Emerson down the line, kind of had no one to cross it to, no one in the box. It whips it in, and it takes a massive deflection off Solly March of Brighton, left wing back, and just loops over their goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez, into that top corner. And Emerson kind of went absolutely nuts, almost pretending it wasn't a fluke. But I mean, I don't think he meant. Well, it's pretty obvious he didn't mean that. But I mean, you take those goals, don't you, Andre?
No, yeah, 100%. I'm really happy that that I couldn't believe that went in. To be honest, I saw it go up, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess no one's in there. What can he do? And then it went in. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think everyone's so surprised to just see that loop in. It's just unbelievable. But no, Emerson, I thought had a quality game. Up and down that line all game, maybe put in a couple of challenges. I don't think he got a yellow card, but he probably should have done. And obviously Brighton made us worry a little bit, putting it to 2-1. Basuma, absolute cracking player. Said it in the street, didn't I? Absolute talent. And someone Spurs should really be looking at after in this window coming up for sure. And yeah, he cut in, took a massive deflection off Harry Winks, and went into the left-hand corner. That was fantastic solo effort. Romero couldn't get near him on that goal. Neither could Winks. Neither could Højbjerg. Like, he just skinned everyone. There's a great individual goal, and I thought Basuma was probably their best player. To be honest with you, really dictated that play in the second half and got us a little bit worried. But what did you think of that goal?
Yeah, I'll say that if there was a much more crucial finisher at the front of that Brighton squad, we would have been pretty scared, to be honest. Bissouma, he provided a lot of good opportunities for Brighton. And Maupay, what was that? What was that
Mm.
solo run? What
Yeah, and then the
happened?
chip. What is that? Yeah, I was saying in our English stream, Andre, what did I say, stream broadcast? It was on ITV, which is like the national sort of one of the national mainstream channels. So it was on like a main channel tonight, and there was Robbie Keane in the studio and Glenn Murray. Glenn Murray used to play for Brighton, and those two were brilliant strikers. Obviously, Robbie Keane, unbelievable. And they were saying, I can't wait to see the review they make on that Maupay chance. Because, oh my goodness, like, imagine one of those two, especially Keane, would have absolutely buried that all day of the week. And Maupay decides to do some weird flick, absolutely messed up. But guys, there's quite a few of you in here. Big yourselves up. Channel Future, Bentancur's on fire. We'll get to that. He looked like he was really solid in midfield. Gets a yellow card within 10 minutes. Proper South American, physical player. It's going to be an absolute joy to watch that guy. I'm already excited. And obviously Kulusevski looked pretty sharp. Maybe a little bit slow, but yeah, like I said, we'll come on to that. He does look like he's a very left-footed player. I could see that for sure. Leo's in here, big yourself up. He says Sonny's back, the Son Kane link up is back. Absolutely. Ayanami's here said, what a match. Reggie has a multiple pair of lungs. I
Yeah, that
just
guy was
can't
sprinting the
believe
whole game.
he was. I just can't believe how much Reguilon can run. Perfect wing back. He had a great game. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was absolutely relentless. Really good point. Leo says Kulusevski definitely grew into the game. Very impressed. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, he did have a good impact when he came on. I just was a bit concerned how slow he was, but maybe we utilize him. Maybe he'll become more of an actual striker for us. It just gives us so many different options. I'm just so happy with that performance. I was really worried about Brighton. They're a solid team, and we did them over today. We really did, didn't we, Andre?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy the amount of chances he was actually giving the players. I gotta say, while we're on that subject, Bergwijn, do you know what I'm talking about?
The 1-on-1 where
One
Kulusevski
on
put him
one.
in for the most easy assist, and it's just skied over the bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to be fair, on a good day, Kulusevski would have had 2 assists.
Mm,
Bergwijn and then Kane's both skyrocketed to the outside of the stadium, I think. Very unfortunate, but although I was a little concerned that every time he got the ball, he was slowing it down. I think he just wanted to. He was brought in to sort of just keep everyone composed, keep everyone sharp, keep
mm,
the ball rolling, keep possession. I think most players were tired. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reason why Kane skied it. Bergwijn has no excuse there, but
no,
he
yeah.
did keep the ball, and it looked like every time he was trying to get on his left foot to shoot, but when that wasn't happening, he would just give a nice little tap for someone else to kick it. And I really like that. Lots of
Yeah.
chances given.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was impressed with him, I was really impressed with Kulusevski. The only thing that maybe concerned me, like I said, was he didn't seem the quickest. I kind of heard he was pretty no, I didn't hear he was quick, but I heard he was quite quick for a taller player, and he can really see he's a bit of a unit. He's like 6'2", really strong. It looks like, and it looks like he's got a demon of a left foot. Very, very unlucky not to get an assist. Bergwijn ruined that goal contribution on his debut for him. But what did you think of just switching up the subject a little bit? What did you think of Lucas's performance today? I wasn't massively impressed with him. I'd say almost Lucas potentially could see himself on the bench next game. What do you think?
I think compared to some of the players we saw, he wasn't the worst.
Yeah,
I
true.
I would have him on over Bergwijn, to be honest.
Mm,
For the amount of time he was on there, I didn't find myself sort of groaning at what he was doing, but
mm,
I didn't see anything exceptional. But it's
okay.
better than Bergwijn's performance, to be honest. That yeah.
Yeah, I know. Shocker. Leo says, is there any concern around Romero's hamstring? For me, I don't think so. I think it was cramp he had at the end because obviously he's not used to running the full 90 at the moment. He's been out for a couple of months, and I just think it was a bit of cramp settling in there. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think there's too much to worry about there. HMQ's in there. Big yourself up, mate. I hope you enjoyed the game. He says Benson Kerr has nice feet. He really does, yeah. And he put his nice feet right down. Whose calf was it? Um, who was running through. I think it was even Basuma. Make sure he got that debut yellow card. Make sure he's integrated straight into that Spurs midfield, like the midfield general he's going to be. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Guys, there's about 20 of you in the stream. Make sure if you're enjoying this content, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new, guys. We're really pushing towards 1K now, and it will be absolutely fantastic to hit that very soon. So we really appreciate the support. But not only just that, but get your comments in, get your thoughts in about the game, and we'll be sure to make them into some really good talking points. But Andre, who were your star performers? Maybe if you gave me like 3 or 4 of the star performers today, and maybe 1 or 2 you weren't too impressed with, and potentially could see themselves maybe missing out on the next game against Southampton.
All right. Kane, 100% number 1. Son,
Yep.
also the same thing. At first, I was a little concerned, but I was giving him the benefit of the doubt just because he's coming back from injury. It takes some time to get back into it. There were some chances there where he should have probably buried them. But the second half is where he really found his stride. And the fact that that third goal that Kane had came from a Son that looked like even though Kane was calling it, Son was like, no, I'm taking this all the way. And he almost did. He almost did. So Son as well. I would say Emerson had a very good game as well. And well, Lloris was just saving everything. Lloris was saving everything. I gotta give him. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you said Lloris, because I was like, yeah, I'm so glad we played Lloris, not Chiellini. But Lloris absolutely solid again. Paz is in here, says, waiting for the train at Wire Lane. Excellent atmosphere tonight and a great game. A few issues, but we go into that 5th round draw. Absolutely, Paz. I hope you had an absolute blast with Alessio and Jin. And it looked like a great atmosphere today at the Lane. And absolutely fantastic win. I mean, I predicted 2-1. The fact we got 3-1 and that comfortable win in the end was very, very nice. And it would have been an absolutely brilliant game to be at. So under the lights.
Didn't Kane the long shot say 3-1? He said 3-1.
I think he did. And I think Ellie did as well, who was on our stream yesterday. So, big up to them. Absolutely smashed it out of the park with the predictions. But Paz, get home safe, mate. I know you haven't got a massive journey, but make sure you get in safe, mate. SOF says, convinced Bergwijn only scores bangers. Kulu put it on a plate for him. I was impressed with the new boys. Absolutely, SOF. Absolutely brilliant performance from the new boys, just coming off of the bench for the last 20-30 minutes. It was really nice to see in the way that Conte just integrated them into that winning performance. That's going to do them the world of good as well. They feel like they're really onto a great project here, especially against a great side that Brighton are.
Hey, look, also I gotta say, if January was about raiding the Juventus club and taking 2 of their players, I wouldn't mind if in the summer we go and raid Brighton and we take Lamptey and we take Basuma.
I said this, didn't I? Even after the transfer window, they're quality players. And I think a lot of the Spurs fans that maybe haven't seen as much of them realise that tonight, especially for me, especially Basuma was brilliant tonight, has to be said. He almost solo sent Brighton into like a position where they were really in touching distance of that game. And full credit to Spurs for sticking on in there and scoring 3 minutes later. Harry Kane, like we said, with that unbelievable run from Son to play him in. It could have been a very different game if we didn't score straight after that goal, right, Andre?
Yeah, it was getting a little scary. I think Tottenham was getting comfortable. And luckily, I don't know what Conte's done to this team, but we don't crack anymore when we get scored on. If anything, it just drives us to score again. Back in the day, if they scored on us, I was so scared that we were going to get scored on again. And normally we did, because all they were told to do is just play even more defensively. But now when we get scored on, that it's almost like Tottenham, the players automatically go like, okay, time to attack again. Don't let them in the box. Let's attack. And then that's why we scored again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And we didn't sit back like at 2-1, which we could have easily done. We went out there, got that other goal, and really put that game to bed. It was absolute dream to see.
Did you see when Bissouma sort of gave that little cheeky back heel to Mape in our box?
Yes. Yes, good. And also, what was the other one that was a weird one in the first half where Sanchez absolutely miskicked it. It was just before the Kane goal, actually. Sanchez absolutely miskicked it, and Kane nearly tapped it in, but he just fluffed his lines. And that was an interesting one as well, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, yeah. Lots of I think on both ends this game could have had a much higher score, to be honest, if we
Yeah.
really think about it.
Yeah, it really could have done. It really could have done. SOF says Brighton were miles off it today, barring Basuma. He was class. Yeah, absolutely. They didn't look like they were at their best, but Basuma, he looks like different gravy. Do you think we should really go for him as a priority in the summer, Andre?
I would think so. I have heard that name tossed around in different sort of news articles that I've read. I don't know if we're taking it seriously, but I think after this game, I would not be surprised if Tottenham starts looking at him now. You know, do a 2-for-1 maybe.
Gotta be, surely. Gotta be looking at the guy. He's a top player. Absolutely.
What did you think of Lamptey today?
He wasn't at his best, but I know that he's a good player. I think he did at times. I think he was better first half, and obviously he then did get substituted, which I think probably was the right decision. He wasn't really having the biggest impact like he normally does, but I think SOF summarizes it really well there. Brighton really weren't at the races today. I'm surprised they didn't give us a better game, but all credit has to go to also Spurs in terms of like how much we did shut them out of that game. Surely.
Yeah, we were really at it today. Very offensive. I think. I think even the new boys when they came in, we didn't sit back. We just kept going. But it was just a different style with Kulusevski on the right. Like you saw that. It wasn't it didn't become a race to the front. It was more of a race to the front, but then hold it and wait for the right opportunity to give people a chance. It's just unfortunate that by then Kane was pretty tired. And well, I know I keep bringing up the Bergwijn one, but I just can't believe it. I just can't believe
luckily, it didn't have an impact on the result. Anyway, you know, we've got to be.
But it makes you think. It makes you think in the future. What if that opportunity is what hinges a win?
Let's enjoy tonight. Let's not worry about the Bergwijn chance now. But I do see what you're saying, Andre. Like, it's a bit of a concern. But then you flash back a couple more weeks and look what he did against Leicester. We know the boy can finish. So you know, at the end of the day, it's obviously silly, but it didn't cost us the game tonight. I completely get what you're saying, though. Hopefully not in the future. Yeah. Carl's in here again. He says, evening, gents. Quality game tonight. Bentancur was quality and Kulu was told to keep the shape, but still could have had 3 assists in 25 minutes. And a team all playing for each other. And Romero, he's like a new signing as well. Couldn't agree more with this, Carl. Absolutely spot on. And, you know, Kulu really could have had 3 assists going on in 25 minutes. And Bentancur really did impress a lot of people. And I think he's going to be an absolute midfield general. I can't wait. I'm getting more and more excited with more I talk about it. Leo says, talking about rumours, I've seen a few about Maguire. I really do hope that isn't true. I don't read too much into the rumours unless it's a good source. And I can tell you for a fact that is not a good source you're reading there, my friend. But you know, never say never, but I really don't think we're going to be getting Harry Maguire. I really hope not. But guys, a little mid video treat. Some of the Spurs related army were over at the game tonight, and Jin of Spurs Related sent in this for the atmosphere. The atmosphere looked really good tonight. I've hearing a lot of things to saying it was one of the best atmospheres for a little while at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So everyone's absolutely buzzing there at the moment, which is absolutely lovely to see. So let's just get that up and get you guys hyped about what it was like at the stadium today. Give you a little insight. Thanks very much, Jin, for sending this one in. Proper loud, actually. That was in the second minute as well. So, I mean, even going forward, I reckon that would have been even louder, especially after the goals. So, yeah, looked like an absolute quality atmosphere, to be honest with you. What do you think, Andre?
Well, I hope one day I can go and be part of that atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. You'll get over it one day. Do not worry about that. Do not worry about that, my friend. So we covered who played well. Elon, Emerson, so both fullbacks. Who for you was a little bit disappointing?
I would say Who was it that tripped and gave that opportunity to Mape like that? Was that
I think
Davies?
I think it could have been. I think it could have been Winks, But I don't want to target any names unless I'm 100% sure. Maybe someone in the chat might know, but I don't know. But for me, taking my own question, I would have said Winks wasn't amazing. Didn't really get near Basuma a lot. Højbjerg. Is it harsh to say Højbjerg didn't have a great game? I didn't think he was amazing. I think it's just because Basuma really did do them over in midfield. And although we won the game, I think that has a lot to do with our fullbacks tonight. And I do think it has a lot to do with Harry Kane and Son. So,
Yeah.
that's centre mid. I think Bentancur is going to probably be starting. I really do. I think he's going to be a starter for us.
Yeah.
Carl thinks it was Romero.
You know what,
Romero for me was class tonight. How composed he is at the back is just such a. It's like a new signing. I can't remember who put it. I think it was SOF. It's just like a new signing. It really is. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
he is good, but I have seen that mistake in him before, though. I have seen him because he likes to push up a bit to get that ball out of there.
Yeah, didn't he
Sometimes
do
he
it on
gets
his
caught out.
debut? Didn't he do it on his debut against what was that team we lost to and then we got memed about? Pacos de Ferreira in the Conference League qualifiers. Didn't he do that? And
yeah,
he
I
came
think so.
forward, lost the ball. I think that might have actually been Winks as well, but I remember Romero losing it a couple of times in that game. And I'm thinking, what have we signed here? But on the whole, I really think Romero had a great game. I really did.
No, me too. But I hope Conte, if it was Romero, I hope he reams him for that and tells him, look, it's good that you push up, but you gotta really pick your battles there, because if it was anyone else, like if it was a Liverpool or a Chelsea, that's a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And same again with the fact that the fact that Bergwijn missed that opportunity is what I was going to say. Against the Liverpool or Man City, that could have been absolutely costly as well, really, couldn't it?
Yeah, it definitely could have been. It literally is one of those things where if Brighton had been a bit more crucial, or if it was another team, it might have been a much different result.
Yeah, spot on. Joe's in here says Spurs v Liverpool 5th round. When is the next round draw?
I don't know.
Must be Monday.
Would it be Monday? Yeah. Well, I mean, let's not. I hope it's not that one.
Yeah,
like a nice easy way to the final would be nice.
Yeah, spot on. Who do I want? Not Liverpool, Joe. Not Man City. Not Chelsea. Would be my first answer. Just trying to think in terms of maybe a lower league team. I'd take a Huddersfield. I'd take a Peterborough. I'd even take probably a Luton as well. Ones you don't want is obviously Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City. I'd even go as far as saying I don't even want sort of like an Everton, because Dele Alli coming back and ordering us, that wouldn't be ideal.
Yeah,
but there you go.
That would be something.
Joe says draw commences after Liverpool play Cardiff at 12. So draw is about 2 p.m. very much. Dave good as in it again. He says, can't believe it. Stevie skied my beauty of an assist. Yeah, I absolutely feel for you, mate. Like, you should have had your debut assist, and you've been absolutely ruined. Absolutely ruined by Stevie Wonder. Quite literally there.
That's funny.
I remember the last game that I've gone into feeling confident. The draw is after Liverpool tomorrow. Yeah, exactly that. Absolutely. I'm feeling confident for the Southampton game as well.
Yeah, me too.
Got to play the best to be the best. Yeah, Conte now. Where's the mentality at? Joe, the thing is, right, we play those teams in the latter rounds. You expect it, right? But I just want us to get all the way there, like there and thereabouts again, sort of, at least get into the quarters and semis for kind of sailing, and then we have to worry about the bigger teams. You never want to worry about the bigger teams in sort of the 5th round. I mean, it's just a bit like, I just would like him a bit after that. Don't you think, Andre? I mean, I get what Joe's saying. You got to play the best to be the best. I completely get that. But our record against Chelsea shocking. Man City are literally probably the best team in the world at the moment. And Liverpool, obviously, absolutely on fire. You just don't want to play those big three. And I know that sounds like we're hiding from that, but it's just being realistic. Like, you don't want to have to play them at this stage.
Isn't that 3 Chelsea losses we have this season already?
Four.
With
a 4 losses, I think, with an 8-0 aggregate overall.
Oh my God.
SOF says, I thought Romero was decent in the middle. He did push up and lose his footing, which gave more play that chance. I wouldn't mind a back three of Dyer, Romero, and Sanchez.
That would be
sounds
good.
lovely. Sounds lovely. I mean, Sanchez over Davies, though, or not?
I would say, I don't know. They both have their own issues that I have a problem with. So I mean, either or is fine. It just depends on which game requires which. I don't know. It really just depends on Conte at that point. I'm just gonna leave it up to him. I don't know. Romero's the only one that I'm like, okay, yeah, make sure you start him. Yeah. All the others, it's up to Conte to figure out what that game needs.
Leo Ball says Kane's mindset has clearly changed under Conte. His cluster of goals are coming. Exactly. The man's back. The man is back, baby. Absolutely brilliant performance from the main man himself. And yeah, he's back in the goals. He's back in the goals. It's what we want. Joe says, if you beat Chelsea, at least you can make it 4-1 on games this season. Absolutely brilliant, Joe. Great banner from you, as per. Ben Tenker, footwork. Oh, it's just lovely. I can't wait to see him start. Honestly, I really can't, Hilsey. I hope you're doing well, Hilsey. I hope you enjoyed that game as well. Carl says, who would have thought that we would be saying how important Davies is to this team? I just don't think you can drop him at the moment. And I agree. This is what I'm saying. I think I played Davies over Sanchez. Sanchez, he has more mistakes in him than Davies. Davies is a bit more solid and also suits that left centre-back position probably better than Sanchez, being obviously Davies being left-footed. So
that's true.
Absolutely. Yeah. Joe's back trying to stir the pot about Chelsea. He's saying 3-0, 1-0, 2-0, 2-0. So yeah, 8-goal aggregate. Yeah, exactly that, mate. But
thanks for clearing that up, Joe.
Yeah. Cheers, Joe. Thanks very much. SOS says don't want to see Chelsea again till next season. Absolutely. Absolutely. And he's just said Chelsea drew 1-1 at Brighton twice, though. Weird game football. Absolutely. You can never really predict it. And like I said, I predicted a 2-1 Spurs today. I said it would be very tight. And actually, we probably should have won 4-5-1. But, you know, at the end of the day, Bergwijn skied his chance. Kane skied his chance. But, you know what? The win's a win. It was pretty comfortable in the end, especially after it went 3-1. So, but an absolutely brilliant tie. I really did enjoy that game. Like, obviously, I wouldn't be saying that if we lost, but like, it was a really exciting game from start to finish. There was a lot of shots, a lot of crunching tackles, just exciting football. And obviously, the 2 signings for me they came on and they really did show like they could be really good players. So, for me, the one I'm really excited about is Ben Tenker. Don't get me wrong, I'm not sold on Kulusevski yet, but I just thought he looked a little slow. Maybe he's not 100% fit. Who knows? But he is a big guy. I think just from seeing him for like 20 minutes, I feel like he's going to suit a striker role better. Maybe if we play a 3-5-2 and have him and Kane up front, if Son's not available, for example, I feel like that's where he might fit in. But what did you see out of that? I was about to call you Bergwijn, Andre.
No, you're right. He was more concerned about giving those assists than actually getting the ball sort of to take a shot. And what I will say, I like the fact that rather than take the shot and hopefully get it in, he would rather just give it a little tick, a little pass there for some very clear goals that should have happened. But
you're not happy with Bergwijn, I can tell. Like,
I'm not happy. Mainly because, look, the Leicester game was great. And so was that Man City game where he scored that banger. But like I said before, he gave himself an extra 6 months to prove that wasn't a fluke and that he is actually a consistent player. So I want to see consistency. I don't want to see him skying that ball, even if it's a game where it didn't cost us, because then on a game where he does need to score that to win, for us to win, everyone will be reaming him for it.
Yeah,
And
it's a good
not
point.
that I want to be negative here. I'm just trying to pick apart some things that concerned me for games where it is crucial to bury something like that.
No, you got your point is very valid. Your point is very valid. Just luckily it didn't cost us today, but it would have been nice to see him get that goal off the bench because that hype would have still been around him. People would have been more positive about him, and it does him the world of good keep scoring as well, like you said. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame he didn't get that goal. Bergwijn got confused because the Six Nations is on 3 points. SOF says Son should have done better with the Kane pass.
I think he's talking about the header, maybe. I don't
Okay.
even think that was going for him, though. I'm pretty sure Kane was trying to go for goal, and then it just
Oh,
happened.
the first half where Kane chipped it. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
Kane's bad. He completely missed it. He completely missed the goal. He should have probably scored, but you go, the guy can't be perfect all the time, right? And Kulu might be better buying Kane and Son. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. More central. He's not going to be a quick winger. You don't know if he's going to suit in the Premier League.
Well, we'll see, right? I think Conte's just trying him out in different places. We saw how he looked when he was trying to stop the ball on the right. Maybe he'll try him in the middle and see what happens. Maybe Lucas Moura would be better on the right, and then have Kulu in the middle, giving those really, really nice assists.
Yeah, absolutely. Bergwijn is a clown. I'd stick him on last minute field goal. That's it. He needs to take his mask off and actually use his eyes. Kulusevski can knock him out of the team now. Do you know, the only valid point out of all of that, Joe, was your last point of saying Kulusevski can keep him out of the team. Because, to be honest with you, I'd probably play Kulusevski over Bergwijn just based on how they looked in that game. You got to go by form. And although Bergwijn was great against Chelsea and obviously amazing against Leicester, I'd say that give this new guy a shot and put that pressure on Bergwijn to perform better. SOF says, I think Bergwijn has 4 months to prove himself. Otherwise, he'll be off to Ajax in the summer. I couldn't agree more. And no, Kane, put him in one-on-one with Sanchez. No, Son put Kane in one-on-one with Sanchez. Is that where he messed up the one-on-one you were talking about?
I don't know.
It must be. Anyway.
There's so many chances.
Exactly that. But guys, absolute pleasure discussing all the points with you, and absolute pleasure discussing it with Andre as always. Guys, if you are new around here, hit that sub button. We're now 20 off of 600, so the channel is really up at the moment, and it will be absolutely fantastic to get nearer that 1,000 subscriber goal that we're going for by the end of the season, by the way. Just remember that. But in all seriousness, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and we will see you again in the week. I'm sure we'll be live a lot of days in the week this week. We've got some videos planned for you guys, so stick around for that. And yeah, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.